What's up, guys? It's Monster, aka Kelly, aka Papa.Silver, and today's video is going to be slightly a little different today because there's something that I wanted to tell you guys, and there's something that I want you all to know, and I want you guys to implant this inside of your head. One thing is that I want to tell you guys is that you matter. That's the key thing I wanted to tell you all, is that you matter, you are important, and you are needed, and you are loved. I found that with dark days comes a battle, like within inside of you, if you know what I'm talking about, right? And I want to tell you guys that you're not going to be the first to go through it, and you're not going to be the last, and you're certainly not the only one that goes through it. And yes, and oftentimes it feels like it's only you. You feel like it's just you. You sit there and say, why is this only happening to me? Why is it just me? Why do I have to go through this? Why do I need to feel emotional pain? Why do I need to go through depression? And I found that out when I started going through it my sophomore year of high school and my junior year. Yes, I will say that I have gone through some really bad depression and stuff like that. And I say it wasn't easy, but you know what? I've actually grown to know how to cope with it and all that stuff. And one thing I do want to express to you guys is that yes, it is all temporary. I'm not saying it's going to go away forever. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's never going to go away, but I want to tell you guys there are ways for you to learn how to like live with it, if you know what I mean. We never try anymore. We never actually sit and say, I want to push through this. Let me see what I can do to get on my feet and to know that I can get all through it. Too many people are so like pessimistic. Pessimistic meaning is they're so like, they're negative minded, you know what I mean? And I've seen it like all over like social media pages and all that stuff. Like people never say like, I got this, I can do this. You know, people always often sit there and say like, man, I wish that I never went through this. I wish I never had to be going through depression and stuff like that. Some people say that, I wish I could get through this. You can get through it. It's just a matter as if what you're gonna do. It all comes down to what your choice is. You know what I mean? And oftentimes most people sit there and they don't do nothing about it. The reason why you hurt so much is because you just sit there and do absolutely nothing about it. Another thing that I found out with depression, it often leads to like other people just, you know, wanting to suicide. I'll be completely honest with you, suicide is like seriously like not an answer. Suicide is like a hell no, if you know what I mean. One thing that I have noticed is that like people who commit suicide often damage others who are close to them. Like some people who are in relationships, you know, they commit suicide, either a boy or a girl. It could hurt their partner, it could hurt their friends, it could definitely severely hurt their parents, you know what I mean? Because that's their child, and knowing that their own child decided to kill themselves, is not here anymore. It's like they sit there and wonder why. They sit there and with so many questions, and they have to bear this burden knowing that their own child was in so much pain that they had to die to just make themselves feel better. That's one thing I want all of you to avoid. My whole point with this video is to tell you that it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. Like, you can get through this because I believe in you. Hell, I mean, look at what you've gone through now, and then look at where you're at now. If you take a look back at the past and then you look at yourself now, you're gonna see a huge difference. You're gonna see how you were before, and you're gonna see how you are now. There's a whole reason why most people look back on the past. Looking back on the past is not a bad thing. The good thing about looking back on the past is that you can see the stuff you have done wrong, and then you can look at the stuff you are doing right. And I will tell you this now, none of it is ever forever. You can get through all of this. You can push through all of this. Let me tell you something. You are a precious diamond. You have always been a precious diamond to people. Even if like you only have like a few people telling you that, that's good for you. That's a good thing. If your family's telling you like, oh, you are a good person, don't let no one tell you any different. They're telling you that for a reason, you know what I mean? They're telling you that shit just to make you feel good so you'll be okay like that, you know? One thing none of us ever decide to do is that we never try to push through the pain. And I get it. I get why some of us never try to push through it. I was like that before. But let me tell you something. If I can get through it, then definitely so can you. I have been through like hell in my life. you know, with living in a bad home situation, stuff like that. If I can get through, so can you. And if you look at a bunch of people who have gone through hell, and then you can look at yourself and say, if they can get through it, so can I. Do not wake up in the morning and say, fuck, I cannot get through this day. You say, fuck, I can get through this day. Don't look at yourself in the mirror and say, fuck, I do not look good. You say, fuck, I look good today. And if you have a dream that you're chasing, you know what I want you to do? I want you to look in the mirror and say, fuck, I'm gonna do that. You need to say, fuck, I'm gonna take control of my life and I'm gonna do that shit. And like I said, suicide is not the answer. That's like a really fucked up thing to do. And I will be completely honest, none of you guys are unimportant. None of you guys are loved little. You guys are loved beyond anything. And I know some of you all have a problem with how you look physically. The one thing I will say about this, you guys were made for a reason. You look the way you look for a reason. Take pride in that. Take joy into that. Actually just sit there and say, you know what? I'm happy I look good like this. Say, I'm happy. Yeah, I may have acne on my face, but you know what? I'm happy because that's me. If you know you're a weird person at heart, if you know you're a weirdo and people have said, oh, you're weird, you say, you know what? I'm happy about that. You say, I'm happy I'm a weirdo because that's who I am. Because one thing I have noticed about any of you guys and any of my friends is that you all are truly amazing. You guys have always been amazing. You guys are diamonds. You guys are not diamonds in the rough. You guys are not diamonds in the making. You guys are already diamonds. That's just one thing I have noticed about you guys. And I want to share these words with you. And I want to tell you one more thing, is that nothing dark can stay in your life forever. You guys can get through it. Why? Because you are strong. And because you have to believe in yourself. That's one thing I want you guys to know, is that in any given situation, if you want something to be accomplished, all you have to do is believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, then you are going to get through anything. You're going to get through all the shit that you're going through. Do not wake up and say, fuck, I'm not going to get through this depression. You say, fuck, I'm going to get through this depression. I'm not going to let it tear me down. I'm not going to let it put me in the ground. You say, I'm going to get up on my feet. I'm going to push through it no matter how many times I get hit. I'm still going to go through it. Why? Because I know there is good at the end of this fight. There is always good at the end of a storm. Because I believe in you guys. And I know you can get through it. That's today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you really take these words to heart. I really hope you continue to push through and know that you guys are loved. You guys are diamonds. I love you all to death. Anyway, Papa.Silver out. Peace.